Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. And now, here what I'd like to talk about today is, well, first of all, I don't know about you, but it's been getting a little overwhelming the last few days because, especially after I had talked about the fact that there were a lot of new requests pouring in, I don't know if I'm pretty much enabling people even further, but I've already gotten like 12 ideas in just a few days. I mean, 12 ideas. That's well more than a week's worth of episodes right there. And on top of that, I still have a bunch of digital lists and paper lists to pretty much put everything together. I mean, I feel like that it's probably all right that you guys keep pitching in some ideas, and some of which I already got already. But still, it's starting to get a little overwhelming. I mean, 12 ideas already. That's 12 days worth of episodes. 12 days! Oh, but you know what? I'm still grateful for the fact that you guys are just trying your best to help me out here, because I still do have more than 300 episodes to make. And that just goes to show throughout the rest of the entire year, and even into about 6 more months for 2021. Yeah, but you know what though? That's probably not going to be the reason why I'm going to be coming back here today on HJN, because instead I'm going to be talking about anti-heroes. Yeah. Because after all, there actually is going to be a multi-part episode in which I talk about superheroes, characters all over the place, throughout different continuities, originating from different film companies, and more importantly, whatever they are in general. But those can pretty much wait for now, because what I'm going to be doing for today's episode is simply, I'll be talking about anti-heroes. The kind of which that relates to people out there like Ghost Rider, The Punisher, Venom, and some others here and there. But of course, you probably get the idea. They're not like the kind of heroes we've known and grown up with and cherished throughout our whole childhoods. People like Superman, or Batman, or Wonder, or Spider-Man, or Hulk, or Iron Man, or Wolverine, or X-Men in general, but you probably get the idea that not every hero out there performs actual heroic actions. But more rather, they try to do what they can to pretty much just be caring to themselves. So I'm specifically talking about the type that actually end up getting fought by the actual heroes, whereas the anti-heroes, they're not actually supposed to be villains. They're just simply defending themselves and doing what's right for themselves. Ergo, they're selfish beings. And you know what? In all honesties, I do in fact have quite a big affinity for them nowadays, especially because of the fact that, well, a new Venom movie came out in theaters just 2 years ago, almost. And there was supposed to be a sequel for it coming out this year. But you know what? The nCoV pandemic was pretty much the one reason why it had to be pushed. And there were a ton of other movies that had already been pushed in their release schedules to begin with, all because of this pandemic. And to make matters worse, I mean, I was actually able to get word about how it's somehow going to get worse. Because not only have businesses opened back up and pretty much increased highly amounts of risk factors, but I mean, it's just too great. The odds are just too great to pretty much stop a virus without having to shut everything down forever. I mean, sure, we might actually be able to get a cure for it one day, which could be in a couple years or so, but that's not the point! I mean, the point is, I mean, I'm just going off track here for a moment because I need to be completely honest about everything that's been going on so far. We're in the date of August 2020, and yet we have nothing left to try, except to wait for a cure to this disease. Now, isn't that bad enough or not? I don't even know at this point. Oh my gosh. I mean, some people out there just never learn. You can never stop a virus. by getting yourself infected. My gosh. How disappointing. Well, you know what? In conclusion, anti-heroes are pretty much one of those type of things that not people would many consider, but as a matter of fact, I've actually gotten pretty interested in them. Specifically because of the new Venom film with Tom Hardy and the like, and there were also a few films that have followed up since then, but you know what? In more recent times, pop culture hasn't really been going too well. Cancellations and the like had pretty much taken place, but you know what though? Because I'm bringing this up now, I feel like it's best that if I go ahead and address a few things about my channel, in fact. I am going to not do anything to it. That's right. Nothing's going to change. All because of a pandemic that we're still suffering from to this day, and death tolls are continuing to pile up. We're not going to have any delays. We're not going to have any cancellations. We're just going to have a fun time on the network. Projects will continue to go as planned, and more importantly, my series are not going to be pushed back to any particular date. They're going to be where they are now. So you know what? That's pretty much all I got to talk about based on, well, anti-heroes in general. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.